Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Fedora 44 Cosmic Edition. And I'm going to run through this install real quick, but as always, we're going to have timestamps at the bottom, so feel free to skip around. So I'm going to select my language and press next. Date and time zone. Select my hard drive. No encryption. Create an account. This gives us a summary of what we're doing. We're installing Fedora 44, English, Chicago, got my account. We're going to use the entire hard drive, and here's the partitions it's going to create. Just going to click on Erase Data and Install. We'll let this complete, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, and that install did finish. We're just going to run through the setup wizard here. Screen reader, I don't need.
Screen reader off.
Magnifier, I don't need that. Scale. You've got fractional scaling here. You can go to 125, 150, 200. You can increment that as well within 5%. So we'll just leave it default. Next. Get connected. I don't need Wi-Fi because it's a virtual machine. Stay with English. Standard layout. Time zone. Not sure why we have to pick that again, but we'll go ahead and do that. We'll stay with Cosmic Dark. Here you can have the top panel and bottom dock, or you can just have a bottom panel. So I click on that, we get more of a Windows feel, or we can switch back. So we'll just stick with the default. Workspaces for your workflow, new keyboard shortcuts, Super, Shift, and then the arrows. If I were to demonstrate that, this is what that looks like. And then Super Shift G to go back into floating mode. Fast and efficient, so you can just do Super and start typing in. There's Firefox. Okay, so let's finish on that. And since this is our first boot, we'll just go into the terminal and we'll do a sudo dnf update. Put in our password. And we'll let that check for updates. Okay, and the update did complete. I'm going to go ahead and give it a restart, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, the reboot's done. Let's go ahead and open the terminal. We'll do a sudo dnf. We want htop, btop, and Fastfetch. Do a sudo dnf install, and then yes. All right, and then we'll clear that out, and let's go ahead and do a Fastfetch. You can see we're running Fedora 44 Cosmic, Linux kernel 7.0, little under 2,000 RPM packages. Bash 5.3.9, Cosmic 1.0, Window Manager Cosmic Comp, that's running on Wayland, Cosmic Terminal, and we're using 1.5 out of our 8 allocated gigs of RAM. Clear that, and we'll do an htop. Give it a second to load. You can see our CPUs between 2, 3, 4, it spikes up to 10 sometimes. We're using 1.3 gigs of our 8 and none of the swap. Clear out of that, we'll do btop. And this shows our memory, our disk, CPU, network activity, and all of our processes that are running, and that was btop. All right, let's take a look at the system monitor. We'll give it some time to settle. And our memory is at 1.8 out of our 8 gigs. Shows our network and our disk. Go to processes, you can see all the processes that are running. File system shows all of our different partitions. And that's the system monitor. All right, now we're going to go over how to install software. So we're just going to go into the Cosmic Store, And let's search for something like GIMP. It gives you the name of the application, if it's a Flatpak or a system application, the developer, monthly downloads, nice little screenshot, the gallery. And then under that, it's got a description, the version number. So I'm just going to click on install. We'll let that download. All right, and that did complete. So I'm just going to click on open. We'll close the Cosmic Store. And this is GIMP. You can think of this as like Adobe Photoshop, where you can come in here and edit images. But that's just a quick look at how to install software on Fedora Cosmic. Okay, let's take a look at the system tray and taskbar. And our top panel has the system tray in it. The top right, we've got our power, lock screen, log out, power off, restart, and suspend. And we can also access settings. Then we've got our notifications, where we can toggle on and off do not disturb, and as well as display any notifications we might have. Next to that, we've got our battery. We can select our power profile, battery, balanced, or high performance. And then there's also some more battery settings underneath that, as well as our screen brightness. Then we've got network, Bluetooth, our audio, we've got our volume and our microphone. And then we can turn on tiling. We've got it on floating right now, but we can select tiled. And then we can use that super shift with the arrows to navigate around. Or we can do super G to make it floating again. Then you've got your accessories and your keyboard layout. In the middle, we've got our date and our time. Click on that, we've got our calendar. And then you've got additional calendar settings. And all the way to the left, we've got our applications. Click on that. We've got our application drawer that pops out, as well as our workspaces. And then at the bottom, again, we've got our launcher, workspaces, applications drawer, our browser, Cosmic Files, Cosmic Text Editor, terminal, our Cosmic Store, which we could go into and install software, and our Cosmic Settings. All right, let's take a look at the Cosmic applications. First up, we've got Cosmic Files. Go to View, About. It's version 1.0.16. The Cosmic Media Player. I don't have a sample that we could use, but you just go to Open Media, select your file you want to play. You just play it that way. We've got our Cosmic Screenshot. You can draw a rectangle, take just a portion of the screen. You could do an active window or the entire screen, and that's going to save in your pictures. You can save to your clipboard, pictures, or documents. Then we've got Cosmic Settings. Under Cosmic Settings, we've got our network and wireless, Bluetooth, accessibility, desktop. You can change your wallpaper, change the appearance, your panel, your dock, window management and workspaces. Change your resolution under display, more sound options, power and battery, your mouse and your keyboard, default applications, your time and your language, system and account. You can change your user, add and remove users there. Under About, you can see we've got 8 gigs of RAM, 13th gen Intel i3. And we've got Fedora 44 Cosmic, kernel 7.0.12, running the Cosmic desktop under Wayland. And then we've got our Cosmic Store, which we went in earlier. I showed you how to download GIMP. But you can go back in there and download what you need. Then we've got our terminal. We've seen that from before. Let's do a Fastfetch. Runs really nice. And then the Cosmic Text Editor. We go to View there and Settings, you can see you can change your theme to light dark and just match what you have to the desktop. Themes for the dark and light versions of your syntax. You can change the font And then if we go to View and About, it's version 1.0.16. Okay, let's take a look at the wallpapers. So if we just right click, change wallpaper, and then I'll move that out of the way. Got the blue default, and then there's the light version. Just some space themes here. Then the light and the dark again. Looks like it just kind of repeats there. I'm not sure why they show up so many times. Might be a bug. I'll stick with that one. And that's the wallpapers. Let's go ahead and do a little customization though. So if you didn't want if you wanted more of a Unity type feel, you can keep your panel up here. And then instead of showing your workspaces, you could just leave application and then your calendar in the middle and then your system tray. So that's fine for the top panel. Let's go back down to the dock. And instead of having it on the bottom, let's go to the left. We don't need a gap between, and let's extend it. So now it's on the left side, and now let's organize this. So let's pull that to the bottom. And then we don't really need these. And move our app tray to the top, as well as the minimize windows. And then if we come back out of there and go to appearance, let's go with an orange. Yeah, that's fine. Just a quick peek at the customizations you can do with Cosmic Desktop to make it match your workflow. Let's go grab my Toolbox app and see if it works. So github.com, the Linux IT guy. This is what it looks like. You can select multiple applications all at once if you want to install, and then you can go to remove and remove any apps that you don't want. Go under administration, enable, disable Bluetooth, do a system update, whatever you need to do. And then you just click run selected task, and you're just doing everything all at once. So I've scrolled down. I'm going to copy the prereqs, paste that into the terminal. It's going to go grab everything that it needs fairly quick. So I'm going to go back up here, and I'm just going to copy this string next, the quick start, paste that into the terminal. Okay, and there's the application. So let's say, for example, we want to install the Brave browser. We also want to remove the included Firefox browser, right? And if you're on a laptop, you could install TLP, enable or disable Bluetooth, PowerTop. Nala is only going to work under Debian. You could do the swap fix. You can install Stacer, Fastfetch, update your system, whatever you needed to do, right? And I need to add more to this administrative tab, but for right now, that's all it does. But if you go back to install, another part is the supported distros. If you were on an Arch-based distribution, this would light up blue. See how this Fedora, we're on Fedora, so that's lit up blue. Debian, same thing. And then the bottom left, it shows our package managers, DNF. All right, so I'm just going to highlight Brave, and then under remove, I'm going to remove Firefox all in one go. We're going to click on run, put in our password, and let that go. Okay, it did complete. Let's go ahead and close out. Close our terminal. We click on our all apps. If we try to search for Firefox, it's gone. So the install did work, and there's Brave there. Go ahead and click on it. You'll notice in our dock, it's still got the Firefox there. So I'm just going to right click and unpin that. And then I'll right click on Brave and pin. Then drag him to where Firefox used to be. Set him as our default browser, dark mode. Uncheck the telemetry, finish. And now we have Brave browser and Firefox is uninstalled all in one go. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Here are some other videos you might find helpful as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.